I want to just bring this out tonight before the ends. Today is Saturday, the 12th of November, and we also want to just explain some of the things actually the past few weeks and even before then. All right, let me give you a little bit of explanation about the USD NGN exchange rate. So we are, let's say, USD NGN, let's say 600, which is somewhere between this 500 and 700, which means if I say the USD NGN is, let's say, 700, it means we have a stronger dollar compared to a weaker naira, and the more it keeps on going up, the dollar keeps on getting stronger while the naira is weaker. And then conversely, the exchange rate is now getting lower, which means you have a stronger naira and a weaker dollar. All right, so now we're going to use that explanation to just get to know how the other parts will work. All right, today is Saturday, November 12. I would like to just explain the recent incidents that have been happening all over concerning the naira and dollar rates and what has been causing various issues we have. Let me just delete this one first. Okay, now based on what we explained earlier, that means with this one coming down, the Bitcoin is weaker and the dollar is actually stronger, which is a period of from, let's say, this November 6th. Let's try to get a bigger picture. Let's go to H4 chart. On the H4 chart here, this window here is ranges a period of 1 week, the period of 1 week, the period of 1 week, and so on like that. So let me just shrink it a bit. Let me, it's not too much, right? So which means this week, currently, which we are in right now, the United States dollar was very strong while the BTC was weak. But this week, it just ended yesterday, Friday. Forex trading actually done Monday to Fridays. All right, so let me just show you example what's happening on the Euro USD. On the Euro USD chart, what do we have here? Euro USD is actually going up. So meaning the dollar is weak while this one is stronger. All right, and then so okay, for the other one I showed it before, everybody knows what happened to the Bitcoin. It actually fell drastically, and you can actually see that all that on our Forex charts. Just see it again. BTC USD. So Bitcoin, this is the week when Bitcoin fell drastically, from around 21,000 level as low as the 15,000 level, and right now on 16,000 level. Okay, so that's what I'm interested in crypto or anything like that. I'll just explain about the dollar now. Now, for this week where we've been on, the United States dollar was weak because the euro was strong, right? Good check on another dollar pair. I say for the beginning of the week, this is where the week started to where the week ended. The exchange rate has been going up against the dollar. All right, I'm now this another currency pair, AUD/USD. Currency going up, and then this one too going up. So we started from somewhere around towards the, like, I think that Thursday or so of that week of the week before our current week. Right now, before the words inside going this way, we're going to look at it in a converse way. The other currency pairs where the dollar is the one on top. So the dollar, which is the base currency, and the one on the left. So that means dollar has been dropping this way, and then the dollar has been dropping this way. And then let me see another one, that pair currency, dollar dropping this way. So you can see all of that happening on the Forex chart. It's not, well, I would say that the EFCC tried, but that's not the underlying aspect of why the dollar just dropped. The market has been showing that it's generally all over the world. It's showing that the dollar should be dropping in value. All right, so I will also just try to show you a little bit more a much longer period of time. Let me use the USD here for the Euro USD. Let me use Euro USD here. Now you really notice very well, starting from this around January, from the beginning of the year. All right, can you see what happened? The dollar has actually been stronger. The euro fell, Euro USD coming down, price change. That means dollar is the one that's been stronger by it coming down this way. So the dollar has actually been the one that's been stronger all this way around, starting from the very beginning of the year. And so the exchange rate has actually been affecting the naira very much. So it's not as if maybe it's the current regime, whatever, that is actually causing all that. It's just the dollar itself just dishing out whips for every currency. Currency is there. Let me use this one too. Is around from around March for this one, for this AUD/USD. The dollar has actually been very, very strong. And we're going to use the reverse directions pairs and see this one's here. This one's here. Can you see it been rising up this way? USCHF rising up this way, you know, rising up here. But this one actually showed you that in the far movements of the USHF from around that March or so when it rose up, it's already moved more than half of that. Only just this month of November alone. This is a period. This is a month. This is a month. This is a month. As I'm watching on the daily chart, right? So that means really, with the most part of this month, the dollar has actually been weaker, all right, which is actually what caused it. So you go online and you go and check about EFCC raid and so on. It happened around that July also, and then recently also this last week. No, was it last week? Towards the end of last week, yes. And then, but the thing is, that was not what caused the dollar to the naira to bounce up. No, that was just happened to be coincidental with all these activities happening all over the world. So it's not as if maybe all of a sudden you just had a wave the magic wand, it made things happen. It was just coincidental. All right. So, but the thing is, as long as we keep being dependent on the dollar, huge movements like this will keep on affecting us in Nigeria drastically. All right. So now a lot of people are actually trying to in the business of importing from China, which is using dropshipping. That is online business that's actually been very popular nowadays. All right, a lot of people have been trying to buy stuff from China at a lower price, up to sell at a good markup over here in Nigeria. So when more people trying to buy that same dollar to pay for these goods and items, definitely any major events happening on the forex market, international forex market, definitely we will feel it a lot more dollar-wise. Value if it's going to work against us because we are having a higher demand for the dollar. But we still have a little bit of solution we can actually apply at this point right now, before maybe things go the other way, opposite way again, which is using Nigeria as a clearinghouse for the Nigerian Yuan. Because if most of our purchases of all these small items for huge markups is coming from China, and China actually spends the Yuan, why don't you just pay our Chinese counterparts in Yuan instead of having to pay them in dollar, which is actually just because it's a substitute. But the reason they readily take on the Yuan, but at that point, it actually limits the dependence on the dollar so much. So we won't have so much. We won't have so much free fall back when the next time the dollar begins to go very strong again all of a sudden. All right. So if you can act a way of making Nigeria back the clearinghouse for Africa, it wouldn't even going to help us again because when other countries in Africa are actually buying the Yuan from the Nigerian central bank, and then when they're buying stuff from China and the rest and so on, Nigeria also have a little bit of commission here and there, maybe in spreads the commissions to make extra money for us. And then we can also do a lot more by making more money in dollars if we really love dollar that much. There's this guy, I'll just bring up the guy, his channel. This guy. All right, I actually have subscribed to his channel because I like the way he did his video presentation, and we probably want to try to follow up on the way he make his own videos. All right, it's quite nice. I'm going to copy it out. All right, so then he had an issue with the EFCC whereby he was detained, and a lot of bullshit actually happened there. But well, just luckily for him, he was released and he's okay. He's fine now, okay now. But he actually lost a lot of things during the whole legal battle. The thing is this. Now, I believe people like him should be contacted by the EFCC, not for things like the bad experience the guy went through then, but rather to do something similar to what Mawa's NDLEA is doing right now. NDLEA has a recovery section for those that are drug addicts to try to make them, what's the actual word? To bring them back into society. But first, they have to go through rehabilitation. They have to go through counseling and all the rest and try to bring them back again. Now, if EFCC actually now, we know that EFCC actually doing a huge clampdown on Yahoo boys right now. So if EFCC is actually catching that much volume of Yahoo boys now, why can't the EFCC do the issue of rehabilitating them back, actually giving them real and solid online businesses, online jobs they can actually do? That make them earn good money in dollars without having to rely on crime for it. Say, for instance, now people like this guy could actually be contacted by EFCC to help take a training course for maybe the rehabilitated Yahoo boys, or those that actually you want to try and do an online business. And he's not the only one. There are several of them all over internet. Just look for the ones that are really authentic. I'm sure that not all of them are authentic anyway. So look for the ones that are authentic and have them teach a working model to Nigerian youths, and thereby we make a lot of money in dollars. That's the second suggestion. And the third one, I believe that we actually can even make a lot of money in a very, very much shorter period of time. We make a lot of dollars coming to the Nigerian economy. Even the whole of Africa generally is reparation. So by then, let's say all the countries actually have made Africa feel that cheated Africa in the past could actually end up paying something back. And then the Africa will end up being better for it. And of course, reparation can happen without the support of Nigeria, which is to lead the forefront, and which is actually quite good right at this point right now, because we're having a regime change in government very soon. So I believe it's right now when this change in government actually happening could be a good time to actually try to pull that up. So while we're still doing that, and then we are trying to reduce our dependence on the dollar, it will help the Nigerian economy. Nigeria should take on Nigerians first. So that's the Yuan swap deal, clearinghouse deal. Let's go for it first, and then let's try to get Nigerian Naira on the more solid ground, rather than it being easily influenced by the strength or weakness of the dollar at every single point in time. And with time also to maybe also shop sort of some people from that claiming that they are stealing back the money that from this, because they are forefathers that were sold by their own chiefs. We probably stop all that nonsense stuff. All right, so we have several options to try to recover back our foreign exchange earnings and our reserve, and then that's just it for today. So EFCC is trying good, but EFCC is not the one actually made dollar weaker all of a sudden. The dollar is weaker as in massively. All right, so let me just let me zoom in again. This is the past few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Starting from Thursday, the dollar has been weak. Starting from Thursday, the dollar has been weak. Can you see this week? From Thursday, the dollar has been weak. All right. So but the thing is, but if you keep on being dependent on the dollar just too much for everything, maybe we could have let's say importing of machinery and the rest. I don't believe that we should actually scrap the dual exchange rates window, which is the official and the black market. Let it be only based on the demand and supply. But first, let the Yuan start deal as an alternative for those on shipping from China exist. So that way, we won't have to fully, we won't feel anything. So when the issue of demand and supply now comes into play, at that point, we'll be in a better shape because there will be lesser demand for the dollar. And I believe the dollar should actually probably fall around to about, let's say, around like 500 or so level, and probably stay at around that level if it has at the convenient level that way. So that way, that's subsidizing the dollar at every single point in time. We'll definitely have a way, if we stop that, we'll have a way of keeping more in our reserves instead of to shock the fluctuations that much. All right, see me again. I wish you a very nice